We will continue with the concept studied in 2.5 using cosine sine ratios to find side lengths and apply it to word problems. So in our first example, a surveyor made the measurement shown in the diagram, and we want to try to figure out how could the surveyor determine the distance from the transit to the survey pole to the nearest hundredth of a meter. So the transit to the survey pole, we are looking for this distance right here, and we have a right triangle. We know our angle is 67.3 degrees. The adjacent side is 20.86. We're looking for the hypotenuse, so therefore we're going to use the cosine of 67.3 degrees is 20.86 divided by, we'll call that just side x. So again, multiplying both sides by x, I get x times the cos of 67.3 degrees equals 20.86. And if I divide both sides by cos 67.3, I'll have 20.86 divided by the cos of 67.3 degrees. And this works out to be 20.86 divided by the cos of 67.3. And if I punch it in correctly into my calculator, I will get an answer of 54.05. So 54.05 meters. Then we would write our statement and say that the transit is 54.05 meters from the survey pole. And there's our first application example. Okay, in this question, we have an airplane flying at a constant altitude, spots a radar station below at an angle of depression. So this is a new concept, this angle of depression, at 48 degrees. The horizontal distance from the plane to the radar station is 1,450 meters. To the nearest meter, what is the distance from the plane to the radar station? So we have to go our situation. Actually, we'll just do this first. Here's our plane up here. And it says it's flying at a constant altitude. And it says it spots a radar station below at an angle of depression. So here's our radar station. Now the angle of incline was always with the horizontal, so too is the angle of depression. So from the plane, if we went straight out and then came down, this angle right here from the horizontal to the line of sight is going to be 48 degrees. Which, if we know anything about parallel lines, that would make the angle of incline from the radar station up to the plane also 48 degrees. It tells us the horizontal distance from the plane to the radar station is 1,450 meters. And we are looking for the height of the, we're looking for the distance the plane is from the radar station. So we're looking for the side length x. So again, I know an angle of 48. I know the adjacent, I'm looking for the hypotenuse. So therefore, the cosine of 48 degrees is going to be 1,450 over x. And again, you might be catching on that when you're given a situation like this, basically the cos 48 and the x will just end up switching places. So I get 1,450 divided by the cos of 48 degrees. And that works out to be, to the nearest meter, 2,167 meters. So again, we would write the statement that the approximate distance from the radar station to the plane is 2,167 meters. All right, so there's a few questions for you to try here from page 101. And there's also a handout, and the handout is right here, and the final answers are on the bottom there, so you can try those. Those will give you some good applications of determining whether you have to use sine or cosine to solve these word problem questions.